Okay, so thank you so much for those of you who are joining us. Today is Thursday, January 5th, 2023. Happy New Year. And you are attending the ESA public hearing, the second public hearing in regards to the ESA rules. So thank you for those of you who registered and are attending. For those of you who are watching via YouTube, welcome very much. This is being live streamed. So I want to go ahead and go through the ground rules and everything regarding that. So the time right now is 10:03 a.m. And so introductions, my name is Catherine Ruiz, and I am the ESA Project Director with the Arizona State Board of Education. And we have joining us, Jessica, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Hello, Jessica Mueller, the Research and Data Analyst at the Arizona State Board of Education. I'm here to support Catherine Ruiz.
Thank you, Jessica. So we appreciate your time. Thank you so much. So just to kind of clarify again, we're both here from the Board of Education and not the Department of Education. So for many of you who are aware, like they're two entirely separate entities. And so we are going to be going through the public hearing, which is our time to receive comments from the public in regards to the ESA rules and the draft that is online. So this is a time for people to air what their concerns are or what their thoughts are regarding the ESA rules. So that's just for that. We do not respond. This is not a back and forth format like the live parent forum that we hosted recently. So this is just in regards to receiving said comments. So the rules are, this is being recorded so that everyone can reread this and re-listen to it regarding the comments that are received. It's also being live streamed for those who want to watch but didn't want to engage in the public hearing. So right now, everything that is said and everything that is commented is going to be public. So be wary of what it is that you are providing in regards to that. So please be respectful in that manner, because obviously, like we said, this is public. This is being live streamed. So we will have a slideshow that I'm going to pop up here in a minute. And that slideshow is going to list the different speakers in the orders in which they registered to speak. And so that they have time to go ahead and provide their comments to us. We do have over 120 speakers registered at this time, but it doesn't look like we have that same volume of people who are attending at this time. So it looks like we will be able to have time for everyone to have 3 minutes to speak. So we're going to go through that here in a minute. You'll have a box populate when it's your turn to speak. And so when you are asked to be unmuted, go ahead and click on that box. And once you click on that box, you can go ahead and start your comments. And if you're experiencing any technical difficulties, again, that's what the webinar chat is for, if you're experiencing those technical difficulties. And if we miss you or if you're experiencing technical issues, we'll go ahead and cycle back and come back to you so that you'll have a chance to speak at that time. So don't worry too much. We'll definitely come back to you. And like I said, we will be going in the order of people registered to speak. So like I said, more than 120 people have registered. So we'll go one at a time through all of those slides. So bear with us. I'll go ahead and get that screen sharing going. All right. Can I get a thumbs up from Jessica if you can see my screen share? Yay. Awesome. Okay, so in our list of speakers here that we've got, the first person up would be Tammy, followed by Kayla, and then someone who registered as a GC. So if we have Tammy, if that person is with us. All right, I'm not seeing. All right, so we'll move on to the next person. So Kayla. I don't see Kayla. GC. I don't see a GC. Cynthia Morales. Cynthia, are you getting your click to unmute? I think we're experiencing some technical difficulties. Cynthia, are you seeing the click to unmute button populate? They might be experiencing some technical difficulties. So I guess we can come back to you, Cynthia, when we come back around. All right, so moving along the list, we have Leanne Dry. All right, Leanne. If you could unmute. You possibly not getting your click to unmute button. Okay, I guess we can come back to Leanne. Gianna Thomas. I don't see a Gianna Thomas. All right, Juan Fimbres. I do not see Juan. Clay. McInterruff. I do not see Clay. Rainy Lady. Do not see her. Dean. Singh. No Dean. Okay. Like I said, we'll come back. As any of these people join us late so that they'll still have a chance to speak and come back to Cynthia and Leanne in case there are tech issues resolved. Okay, so moving on to the second, Mercedes. All right, no Mercedes, Whitney. So Gina. I don't see a Gina. Stephanie. Heel. Are you getting your box that says click to unmute, please?
Oh, sorry. I don't know why my name's on there. I just wanted to watch and be nosy and learn.
Oh. Well, I guess I don't have to start the timer. Well, yeah.
That's
well,
it. I'll just
all right. Thank you for the clarification. Tina Correa. Tina, are you getting your box that says click to unmute? Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Wonderful. Your 3 minutes.
Oh, I didn't know I was speaking.
If you have no comments at this time, we can move on.
Yeah, not at this moment.
All right, so next is Danielle. Brownrigg. I don't see a Danielle Brownrigg. Sarah Mandibellum. Don't see a Sarah. Marcel. Don't see a Marcel. Carrie? No Carrie. Brandy? No Brandy Knutson. Sherry Sizzle? No Sherry. All right, we'll move on to the next slide. Deborah Winsky. I don't see it. Deborah. Erica Wilson. And Erica. See Danielle. I'm just going to butcher this name. Daniele. I don't see a C. Daniele. Gariski Garza? No Gariski Garza. Heather Perkins? No Heather. Amy Hogland? No Amy. Sarah Bartholomew?
Ms. Ruiz, Sarah Bartholomew has left in the chat that she didn't register for comments and does not need to speak.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Sarah. All right, Laura Tate, no Laura. Stacy Sheriff, no Stacy. Vicky Hoy.
Ms. Ruiz, Vicky Hoy does not need to provide a verbal comment as well as the message she left in the chat.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, moving on to the next slide. Michelle Soto. I don't see a Michelle Soto. Emily Yasero. I don't see an Emily. And again, if I'm butchering your name, I apologize. Tara Walker. No Tara. Barbara Adelson. No Barbara. Terrace. Kobian Molloy. No Terrace. Sergio Kobian. No Sergio. Heather Elwood. No Heather. Phil.
Yes, hi, can you hear me?
We can. I do not want to butcher your last name. Please tell me how you say your last name.
It's Vostries, the J is silent.
Vostries. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Your 3 minutes.
Okay, yeah, I won't need 3 minutes, but I sat in on the first call. I just wanted to thank everyone involved for your work. I know these things can be a little tricky to get done, but we have kids in both private school now and public schools. I know the systems, everyone's working hard to make those a little more robust and timely. But it's just a thrill to be a part of a program that you know, gives parents and kids options, and you know, the large majority of folks out there support school choice, and very, very thankful for everyone involved. It's changed our our daughter's life dramatically for the positive. And we look forward to this programming getting stronger and stronger as it moves forward. So thanks to you and Jessica and Jenny Clark, I know was on the last call, and everyone involved for moving it forward. Couldn't be more thrilled. So I'm not exactly sure if that feedback's helpful for you or what you're looking for specifically, but just wanted to make sure everyone out there knows that this is just historic in many ways and very, very helpful for us, and I'm sure many others. So thanks again.
Thank you for your comments. So Dan, looks like we do have Dan.
Yeah, this is Dan, and I'm a superintendent of a large private school, about 1,100 students, and I just want to echo what Phil said. I'm so thankful for this opportunity. As we know, the nation and state is about 65% for school choice, and even though we're in a private school, we do support the choice of parents for where they would want their students to attend, may that be private, public, charter, or whatever it may be. And we just really thank you for this opportunity. And I know sometimes this is touted as, scholarships for rich people's kids. And I can vouch for the fact that we have many, many families that are, could not afford or are not wealthy at all, that are able to take part in this program where they can now send their students to a school of their choice. And just really appreciate the state and all the work that you guys are doing. I know it can be chaotic to get a program like this off the ground, but just really, really appreciate this opportunity, and looking forward to the future and how this can improve. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your comments. All right, Stacy. No, Stacy. All right, so Laura Carrillo. No, Laura. Tia Marquez. No, Tia. Cindy Treviso. No, Cindy. Okay, Maria Moreno. No, Maria. Tabitha Delk. No, Tabitha. Allison Gentala. No, Allison. Leslie Phelan. No, Leslie. Coleman Mishak. Don't see Coleman. Tia Clark. No, Thea. Jessica Hernandez. No, Jessica. All right. Rebecca Muhammad. No, Rebecca. Laura Giesca. No, Laura. And then Laura Luna Belushi. No, Laura. Brittany Woolard. Don't see Brittany. Carmen Campos. No, Carmen. Deborah Runnels. No, Deborah. Elena Wolfson. No, Elena. Leslie Eklund. Don't see Leslie. Sarah Bridwell. I don't see Sarah. Emily Barbara. I don't see either. So moving on. And if you've joined us late, I see we have more participants. We'll be going through the cycle again. So if we missed you at the very beginning, we missed your name, we'll come back and go through again. So raise your hand if we when we come back to your name. So Megan, Waldo, no Megan. Michelle Kelly, no Michelle. Marie Lay, hopefully I did not mispronounce your name. Can you hear us? If you could unmute. Are you getting the box that says unmute?
Hi, this is Marie. I am not actually, I didn't realize I signed up to speak, but I just wanted to say that we are thrilled with the Universal ESA. We know that ESA has been under a lot of pressure with the huge increase and influx of new participants to get things done. And this last couple of days, they have processed many orders to close out the first and second quarter. And we're just so grateful. And we're looking forward to some amazing changes this new year and are praying that this legislation does not change. And we are hopeful that it continues to serve the families of Arizona.
Thank you so much for your comments. All right, Casey. Casey. Cynthia. Cynthia. Allison Wilkes. No, Allison. Janice Tatosion. Janice. Aaron Rohr. No, Aaron. Trisha. No, Trisha. Jay. Can you hear us, Jay? Getting that little box that says click to unmute.
Hello.
Hi.
I no, I just wanted to. I didn't actually sign up to request to speak. I figured that was something that was different in the process. So I may change my mind at a later bit. I'm actually reading through the rules right now, but I don't have any particular comment at this time. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, moving on. Christina. No, Christina. Amanda McGowan.
Hi, I didn't actually sign up to speak. I'm here to listen.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Kimberly. No, Kimberly. Vanessa. Can you hear us, Vanessa?
Yes, I didn't actually request to speak. I was just here to listen.
Okay. Ivana Fletcher. Ivana. Rochelle Gates. No, Rochelle. Crystal Peterson. No, Crystal, but we do have Crystal Fox.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Sorry, I muted myself too early.
I didn't originally sign up to speak either. I thought I was just gonna listen, but as one of the original starters of this program back 20 years ago, myself and 2 other families, I'm excited to be back. There's been a lot of changes. The universal is great. My daughter Tia was 5 when we started this process with the vouchers and everything, and then went to the ESA. So this is the first time she's actually getting the ESA. So I'm just learning, so I just want to listen. And thank you all for doing what you do. And that's it.
Thank you for your comments. Jamie Romo? Rebecca Barranca? No, Rebecca. All right, moving on to the next slide. All right, Sarah Sedeker? No, Sarah. All right, but we do have Jesse Gillahan, if I'm saying that correctly. Can you hear us?
I can hear you. I don't have a comment either.
Okay, come on.
Thank you.
All right, so next is Julie. No, Julie. Alexa Bloom. We do have.
Hello, can you hear me?
We can.
Hello, Ms. Ruiz. I also didn't realize that I was signing up to speak. I thought I would just be observing. However, I'll say something. I think this scholarship program should be inclusive of all abilities. I'll ask that the board make the program more accessible to parents and caregivers with intellectual or learning disabilities who may require more assistance using the program. Their students deserve to benefit from this program as well. So please include both in-person and online trainings covering all aspects of the program, not just the financial management system. Years ago, the department held in-person information sessions in which current and prospective families could ask questions. I'd ask that the SBE require the ESA department to do the same with this rules change. And that's all I have to say.
Thank you so much for your comments. All right, Diane Peterson.
Yes, I didn't sign up to speak, but we are brand new to this program. So I'm really here to learn about what's going on.
Okay, thank you for your comments. All right, Christine Caroso. No, Christine. Glenda Hammond. No, Glenda. Courtney Hitchcock. No, Courtney. Cara English. No, Cara. Kieran Roche. Kieran. All right, moving on. Amelia Ignacio. No, Amelia. Jamie Marquise. Can you hear us, Jamie? Ms. Marquise.
Yeah, I didn't sign up either, but yeah, I would like to come in as well. Yeah, I'm really excited about this. I really appreciate the ESA scholarship. And we're looking to start a Christian school in our town next year, and so I'm just on here to learn and get as much information as I can. Yeah, but we're praying as well that the legislation doesn't change anything, and we're continuing to be able to provide this opportunity for school choice. So, yep, that's it.
Thank you so much. Norma Cuevas? No, Norma? Lee Horeski Ryan? I don't see a Lee Horeski Ryan. Nicole Maraglia? No, Nicole. Helen Kovac. Can you hear us?
It says I'm muted. Am I there yet?
We can hear you.
Awesome. Awesome. I also didn't expect to speak this morning, but I do have something that I've been watching for and would like to speak up for other families, foster families, adoptive families, or pre-adoptive families, I should say. I was very disappointed to see that those two entities had been excluded from the new ESA after being included previously. And I do feel that foster children should be have this available to them, especially if they're in a pre-adoptive situation. So that's pretty much what I have to say, but it does sadden me that those children have been eliminated from the program.
Thank you so much for your comments.
Thank you.
All right, so Sarah Novak. Oh, I see your comment in the chat that if you'd like to speak, you may. If not, we can definitely move on to the next person. As you said, you have no comments at this time. Okay, we'll move on then. Thank you for your the comment in the chat. Danielle Upolo. Can you hear us?
Hello.
Hi, your 3 minutes.
Thank you. This is my first time here. I just want to thank you and thank everyone that's working on this. Our son has been, it's just wonderful that we got the chance to put him in a private school. I didn't know about this program back in the day. I also went to a private school, and I wish I would have known because we were struggling a little bit. So I just want to thank you for this opportunity, and we're so grateful to be able to be part of this. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your comments. All right, so next is Jaylyn Yamara Urias Ramirez. I don't see a Jaylyn. All right, next is Jen.
Ms. Ruiz, Jen Pietrek has left a comment that she would not like to provide a verbal comment today.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much for making that comment in the chat. All right, moving on to the next slide. Oops. Tamara Wilson. I don't see a Tamara. Trudisha Taylor. I don't see a Trudisha. Elise Webster. Do not see an Elise Webster. Janalee Fish. I do not see a Janalee Fish. Deanna A. Cole. Laura Cole.
Okay, bear with me. It looks like it is not my internet that is out. It is Catherine Ruiz got kicked out of the Zoom meeting. Currently, I'm the host, but I do not have the list of the presentations. I do see that a participant has their hand raised, so I am going to give them permission to speak, just so we can keep things moving along. Hello, can you please identify yourself for the record and provide your verbal comment on the ESA Public Rules hearing? Okay, it doesn't look like Samsung is ready to provide a comment. So Catherine Ruiz will have to remove their permission to speak when she gets the chance to. Zoom seems like it's encountering issues today. It booted me out multiple times and it just booted Ms. Ruiz out.
Yep. Got booted out of my own webinar. Okay, so I apologize for the technical difficulties, but yes, definitely jumped back in. I guess the last person we were on was Deanna, if I recall correctly. But I don't know who's up next. Where are we? Did Deanna make comments? Jessica?
Deanna did not provide a comment. I did not see their name in here either.
Okay, so the next would be Christina Ryder. I don't see a Christina. All right.
Can you share your screen again when you get the opportunity to?
I can do that right now. Let me know if you can see it. Wonderful. Okay, so Dunia, I do not see a Dunia. Carissa, don't see a Carissa. Michael Ruggiero, don't see a Michael. Karen Stevenson, I do see. Can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Hi, okay. Thankfully, I didn't plan on speaking as well, but since I am here and I have joined the meeting, I would like to also voice my concern. I am a grandparent who has had legal custody of my paternal granddaughter since 2015. And I have done 2 applications concerning this. I've also been in touch with Ms. Chelsea Clark, Operations Manager for the Impairment Scholarship Program. And due to the way my paperwork is wrote from the judge, and it states only a parent, step parent, or legal guardianship, she suggested I reach out and have my paperwork clarified. My concern is also for foster children, but also for all the grandparents raising these grandchildren, trying to get a good education for their grandchildren. And fortunately, I do have my grandchild in where it's tuition based, but I do need the help with the Empowerment Scholarship Fund. So I just like to voice my concern on behalf of grandparents and how legal documentation is written by the judges, and along with the foster children, is that do deserve to have a good solid foundation, to have a good successful chance at life. I appreciate your time. Thank you. And I do appreciate everybody's help trying to get this straightened out on my behalf and my granddaughter's behalf. So thank you all for all your hard work.
Thank you so much for your comments. All right, moving on to the next slide. We have Claudia Guerrero. Can you hear us, Claudia?
Yes.
Wonderful. Your 3 minutes.
I just want to say thank you for all your hard work. This is my first time with you. And sorry about my English is not perfect, but I do my hard to understand you all the information. So I just want to say thank you for the opportunity to you do my daughter.
Thank you so much for your comments. Okay. We have Michelle Sweeney. Can you hear us? Are you getting that little box that says to click to unmute? You might be having some technical difficulties, so we can come back. Okay. All right, Yaneth Flores. Yaneth. Deanna Jeffries. Deanne Jeffries. No, Deanne. Tammy Lopez. Do not see Tammy. Hannah Coyne. Hannah. Andrea.
Ms. Ruiz, Andrea Yapo Ramirez has stated she does not need to provide a comment at this time in the chat.
Thank you for that. All right. Gianna Cummins. Gianna. Yvonne. Safamase. I don't see this person. Patrick Henson. Do you see a Patrick Henson?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, your 3 minutes.
All right, so just going over the changes on page 6. On the section of public transportation services, I see that it requires public transportation and doesn't provide any type of private expense, like covering the private expenses of like homeschooling families. It'd be interesting to compare what public schools spend on transportation per student for picking them up and dropping them off from school, and how we can incorporate that into allowing a certain budgeted amount per student for homeschooling families to cover their traveling expenses and costs to go to field trips or go to social activities or sporting events. That's one change that I would like to see. It's the ESA allows for privatizing, for parents to bring their children to a private school, but it forces funds to be diverted back to the public transportation again, and not for the parents to decide what works best to cover their expenses during, educational field trips and those kind of things. The other thing I wanted to talk on was the section for computer devices and hardware technology. From what I'm reading, it doesn't include accessories, things like warranties, cases, screen protectors for devices, educational devices. I would like to see that change or be updated. And then lastly, the section on, let's see, page 9, starting at number 14. That whole section there is, to me, unlawful because it is monopolizing on bar members. So the section that says a parent may represent himself or herself or designate a representative, not necessarily an attorney, before any appeals hearing held pursuant to this section. Any such designated representative who is not an attorney admitted to practice may not charge for any services rendered in connection with such a hearing. So that's depriving people of their rights to hire somebody that's not a bar card member, which is not, it's an unlawful monopolization and deters people from getting services from somebody who's not a bar member. So I would like to see that whole section that says that they cannot pay somebody else who's not a member of the private British accredited registry and not holding a private membership association card, that they could actually pay them for their services. So I'd like to see that whole section removed because it's unlawful and it monopolizes on, that type of service. So other than that, I have no other comments. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. All right, so Jasmine Sains. I don't see a Jasmine. Caitlin Kennedy. I don't see a Caitlin. April Flores Behar. I don't see an April. All right, so we'll cycle back to the beginning to hit those people who had technical difficulties. And to go back, if you joined late, I see a few hands raised for people who joined late. So we can come back to you. So just bear with us. All right, so Cynthia Morales. I know we had some tech issues at the very beginning. It looks like she has left the meeting. So if for some reason, again, we have issues where we can't get you unmuted, feel free to email me. I'll drop the email into the chat box in a minute. Okay, so Leanne. Looks like Leanne experiencing tech issues has dropped off. And if you are on the slide and you showed up late, I welcome you to raise your hand so that we can give you the request to speak. All right, so we'll move on to the next slide. All right, so we didn't have any technical difficulties on this slide, but again, if you joined late and your name is on this slide, that I welcome you to raise your hand so that we can give you the opportunity to speak. All right, move on to the next slide. No technical issues on this slide, but again, if you join us late, I'm going to be saying that a lot. Please raise your hand so that we can give you the opportunity to speak. And if your name is on the slide. All right, hang on. If your name is here on the slide and you joined us late, please raise your hand so we can give you an opportunity to speak now. All right. If your name is on this slide, please raise your hand. I already see a few hands raised for people. So first off, and first in line, Laura Carrillo. Can you hear us? You might be getting that box that says click to unmute. Should be populating on your screen somewhere. If you could go ahead and click that unmute. All right, looks like we're still experiencing some tech issues. So you might want to go ahead and use that email address that I dropped into the chat box. Go ahead and email us the comments that you were providing, since it seems that we can't get you unmuted. All right, so the next one in line, Thea Marquis, did receive a note that you're using someone else's computer, so I think we found you. Can you hear us?
I can. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Wonderful. Thank you. I don't really have a public comment. I just wanted to say thank you to everyone for all the work that is going into this. I know it's a huge undertaking, and I know that the benefits that it's bringing to all the children that it's serving is just super important. So I look forward to continue to see the conversations that are taking place and the suggestions being reviewed, and just the time and effort that everybody is putting into this. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your comments. Okay, and if you see your name on this slide, we had a couple. If you see your name on the slide, please raise your hand so that you may speak. Moving on, If you see your name on this slide, please raise your hand so that you may have the opportunity to speak. And assuming you joined us late. All right, next slide. No technical difficulties here, but if you're on this slide. Sorry, switch back. All right, next slide. If you were not here, looks like we have 7 people who weren't here. Moving on. Next slide. Slide 11. Quite a few here. If you joined us late and your name is here, please raise your hand. We'd love to hear from you. Slide 12. And slide 13. Okay. Well, the time is 11 o'clock. So we thank everybody for your public comments. Again, if you had any issues regarding providing public comment, whether that be tech issues or even an afterthought when it comes to your comments, if you thought of something else that you'd like to add, please feel free to email us at esafeedback@azsbe.az.gov. That is the email address that I've dropped into the chat for everyone. So feel free to go ahead and shoot your comments there, and I can go ahead and compile all written comments in one place as well too for the board members. So we thank everybody for joining us today. Again, a happy new year to everyone, and I appreciate all the feedback that we received from everyone who joined us.